Is Mufasa the real villain in the Lion King story? A few days ago, we got the official trailer of the new Lion King movie titled Mufasa, the Lion King. This movie will be a prequel to the classic movie we all know. From what we could see, this prequel meets the standards set by both the original animated movie and the 2019 live-action version. In this version, we will be seeing the story of Mufasa, Simba's father, long before he became king. From what we could see in this trailer, this story will be told by Rafiki to some lion cubs. And if we try to give continuity to the first film, we can confidently say that he is telling it to the children of Simba and Nala. Immediately we notice several things. And that is that this film, like the 2019 version, will have a fascinating visual aspect, and even more important, it introduced us to a detail that will be giving a very unexpected twist to everything we know about the Lion King movies. Of course, I'm talking about Scar, who is the main villain of the first installment, Mufasa's brother and Simba's uncle, who didn't always have bad intentions. And this leaves us with a big question. What happened that forced Scar to change completely? Could it be that Mufasa was always the villain of the story? In this video, we will be analyzing who is the real villain in this story. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. Let's start by analyzing everything we saw in the trailer for this second movie, which I'll be referring to from here on out as the prequel, for obvious reasons. Let's start with the fact that Rafiki mentions that the stories of both Mufasa and Scar are known now as legends. The first scene we are shown is of them as cubs, and several very important details are revealed. The first of these being that Scar, or Taka as he was formerly known, was in the position that Simba was in the first film, being the prince and successor to the king. Not only this, but the first interaction between him and Mufasa lets us know that they were not truly brothers. As it progresses, we see Scar's father say that they do not associate with foreigners, that Taka is the future king and they must protect his lineage. A young and innocent Taka tries to convince his father to adopt the one who would become his future brother, saying that he saved his life. Somehow the young prince manages to convince his father to accept an outsider, making Mufasa officially Taka's brother. And Taka confesses to him that he always wanted a brother, which is another very interesting detail, because it lets us know that Scar felt incomplete on two occasions in his life. One of them being before he met Mufasa, and the other one being before his horrible and short reign, but we will talk about this later. Moving on, as we can see that Mufasa says he occasionally smells a scent, which is just a trace on the wind and it smells like home, but then it is gone. This leads to Eshi, Scar's mother and Mufasa's adoptive mother, to tell him that the real home is him and Taka together, and that they should go find their place in the circle of life. This journey will not be easy for both of them, but we will be watching how an orphan becomes king, overcoming all the obstacles that come his way. Or at least that's what they want us to interpret. Because if we see it from the perspective of Taka, who we later meet as Scar, this story is sadder than they think. Scar's past in the 2019 version of The Lion King is hinted at through subtle dialogue and visual clues, providing a deeper understanding of his motivations and personality. Although the film does not delve too deeply into his past, there are important details that shape his character. The film subtly suggests that Scar once had ambitions to become king himself. However, these ambitions were thwarted when Mufasa was chosen as heir to his father, the previous king. This decision deeply wounded Scar, fostering a feeling of inferiority and resentment towards Mufasa. Although the original animated film did not explore how Scar got his name, the 2019 version implies that the name is linked to a physical and emotional wound from a past conflict. It is implied that the scar on Taka was the result of a confrontation with Mufasa, probably over the throne or a related power struggle. This battle not only left a physical mark on Scar, but also cemented his role as a younger brother in the eyes of the pack. Scar's bitterness stems from a deep-seated frustration over his missed opportunity to be king. We are shown how Scar's desire for power was not purely out of malevolence, but also a longing for recognition and respect that he felt had been unfairly denied. This context paints Scar as a tragic figure whose ambitions were crushed, leading to his twisted sense of justice. Throughout the film, Scar expresses contempt for Mufasa's physical strength and leadership. He considers Mufasa an obstacle to his own success, leading to his decision to eliminate him. Scar's envy of Mufasa's power and the pack's loyalty to him contribute to his decision to take the throne by force. Once Scar takes control, his rule is characterized by selfishness and neglect. Unlike Mufasa, who ruled with wisdom and care for the balance of the ecosystem, Scar is indifferent to the welfare of the land. Under his rule, the lands become inhospitable due to overhunting and mismanagement, a reflection of Scar's inability to be a true leader. His emphasis on power over responsibility demonstrates his fundamental misunderstanding of what it means to be a king. As king, Scar becomes increasingly paranoid and isolated. His need to maintain control leads him to a reign based on fear, where disagreement is harshly punished. This isolation contributes to his ultimate downfall, as he loses the trust and support of those around him, including the hyenas. Scar's paranoia also highlights his deep insecurity, as he fears losing his hard-won power. Now, thanks to the trailer for the soon-to-be-released prequel, we see that this is all because he was the one who should have been king in the first place. Imagine how Scar must have felt. We are talking about the fact that he was the prince and the successor to the throne in the beginning. He would be the one who would be reigning after his father's eventual death. And by having a good heart, rescuing a stranger and convincing his father to accept him as part of the family to somehow protect him, he ends up losing everything. Not only losing his place in the kingdom, but also losing the heart of his love interest, who would potentially end up becoming the love of his life. A detail that we were able to confirm thanks to the first movie since, in a conversation between Scar and Sarabi, the latter reveals that a long time ago Sarabi chose Mufasa over him. But now there is a new king, and now he can get whatever he wants because there is no one who can oppose him. Who knows? Maybe that Scar was a consequence of both the throne and Sarabi's heart at the same time. If there is one thing I am sure of, it is that in this next installment of The Lion King, we will be seeing the events that led Taka to become Scar. In other words, we will be seeing how the prince and successor of the lineage will be left in oblivion, all thanks to the actions of his adopted brother. Actions that have caused such a great impact that he is simply not taken into consideration. I want to make one thing clear, and that is that I am not saying Scar made the best decisions in his life, or that his actions are justified. But by putting ourselves in his perspective, we can understand a little better the reason for his actions. There will always be a villain in the movie, just as there will always be multiple perspectives. In the eyes of the viewers, we are shown Scar as the villain. But if this is not the case and we are shown the story from a completely different perspective, our opinion on the whole thing will undoubtedly be affected, and many would even support Scar in his actions. But tell me, what do you think about all this? Do you think Mufasa is the real villain of the story? Will we be seeing everything that caused Taka to become Scar, including the confrontation against Mufasa and how Sarabi decided to choose Mufasa over him? And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You are on The Oasis Geek.